Hi, and welcome back to Mimic Decision. We are here with episode 7 of our campaign, The Veil of Vesir, and we'll get right back to that in a moment. First and foremost, as always, you can find our previous episodes and stuff from our one-shots and mini-series over on our YouTube. And if you like what you see, go ahead and give us a follow here on Twitch, like and subscribe on YouTube. Anything helps, and we really appreciate it. And more to the point, if you can, comment and let us know what you like and what you don't like. That's going to help us build the show as we move forward. Keep an eye out for posts on YouTube and Blue Sky for chances to interact with what we do throughout the week. And I think that's all for now. So I'm Matt, and with me, as usual, we have Mullet, Tom, John, and Aubrey, but no Josh tonight. We are Azalea-less. Our druid is busy elsewhere doing things that, pay the bills. So we are going to continue without for today. When last we left off, our party had reconvened with each other in the town of Lindholm and spent some time kind of researching and planning out their next steps, whether they were going to be going after these bandits that they've been hearing about or not. That decision was somewhat shifted when Belu, beaten, battered, and robbed by said bandits, turned up and reported what had happened to him. This led to some accelerated research in the form of our druid Azalea taking the form of a horned owl and flying in the direction generally of Belu's attack. Scouting out for the party, she was able to find a group of large, well-armed and unnaturally quick-moving group of mercenaries moving through the woods before joining up with another group and moving on, constituting a formidable group of about 24 bandits, I believe, marching up the road before Azalea turned back to report to the party. Azalea, having returned, informed the party thus, and they took care of their last business here in Lindholm before preparing to head out and see what can be done, with the help of former hunter and fellow agent Jen, maybe, Z, who has also set out ahead of the party. Now, before we come back to the party, as they take off on the beginning of this leg of their adventure, I want to take us somewhere else for a moment. Audience, I am going to lean on you guys a little bit to see if you can help me with the world that we're living in. Vesir continues to move forward as our party does whatever it is they do in their small neck of the woods. And so today I want to introduce you to a character by the name of Inara Broadside. She is an orc. She is the admiral of the Orc Sortium's fleet of ships. This is a small state in the Pact Lands and a relatively small fleet to go along with it. That said, she is known for her fiercely aggressive tactics in battle, where she's made use of her and her fellow orcs' savagery, in addition to some very technical nautical skills for some very interesting battles of old. Inara is a believer in her home and in serving in the military as she has. She thinks the title of admiral is silly. She has a total of 8 ships under her command that are worth mentioning, and a few dozen merchant vessels that really are just merchant vessels. That said, she serves in the position she was asked to serve, and today we focus on Inara, on her flagship, named after her, in fact, the Broadside, as it sits just outside of one of the Orc Sortium's major cities down in the Pact Lands. In the bay, along with Inara's ship, are another 6 ships of the Orcish Navy. It's a quiet day, sunny, not much in the way of clouds, and as most days go for Inara, guarding here over these past 10 years, things have been quiet. There have certainly been need for her navy, but no large pitched battles, no sieges, no life or death, day after day, decisions that she had had to make in the past. Which is why nothing comes to her mind, nothing jumps out at her as being a problem. When her scouts call out that on the horizon, a small fleet is approaching. They count off 24 ships. Of size, not all ships of the line, but all notable military vessels. They're flying the flag of the Flame Tongues. The Flame Tongues are the human leaders of the packed naval forces on home. Inara is just the head of her own city's fleet. That said, the Flame Tongues are allies, which is why it is much more concerning when the ships are about half of the way from the horizon to the bay. They cut the flags, and they raise a new set of banners. These ones in the shape of a white shield with a red sunrise on it. As they get closer, the scouts report that the ships look damaged. They've been through some sort of fight, but they certainly look ready, capable of fighting. Inara has 6 ships to her name and some fixed defenses around the city. Tom, if you would get a question ready for me. I do need to know what the chat thinks here. Should Inara fight or should Inara flee? I think I kept it simple for you, right?
You should be setting those up yourself.
I apologize. I'll try to be less lazy in the future.
Exactly. Just so we're clear.
I spelled Inara wrong.
It's actually spelled Y-N-A-R-A. I just wasn't going to correct Tom in the moment.
Wait, really?
Yes, really.
Inara with a Y?
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't know if I actually need this in my notes, but
Sounds like Wynara.
why not, Nara?
Hmm.
She's used that one a few times.
Right before headbutting someone?
Among other things. I'll be racist, Tom.
Yeah, Tom.
Tom doesn't like orcs. Tormund has no problem with them.
I'm not sure how to take that. Anyway, chat. So what are we thinking? Is Inara fighting or is she fleeing?
Just a recap.
Sure, yeah.
What exactly, is coming at her again?
Sure, okay. So Inara is at the head of her ship, the Broadside, and a total of 5 other ships in the bay that are a part of her fleet. She does have a few more ships out there, but they're not home at the moment. The fleet coming in is battle damaged, certainly, but it is made up of 24 ships, all of which have, military purpose. Inara probably also has another 6 merchant vessels at her disposal. Not meant for combat in any way, shape, or form, but they're technically part of the fleet.
Okay, so what level is her crew? And how many health potions they have?
Oh boy. So I'd say Inara is probably a solid 6 or 7 on a Daggerheart scale. The crew, on average, 2.
Hi, not Nara. Can we have her on our team?
No.
Definitely not if she dies.
They're just gonna die in the battle.
It does seem
Chet
that
seems to be.
we do seem bloodthirsty today, which
Yeah,
I
we got
suppose shouldn't
an angry
surprise
chat.
me much. But okay. Chat. I think it's clear that Inara is going to fight. As you decided that for us, I want you to help me with the outcome as well. Could anybody who wants to, and multiple people can, I'm going to average the results here, roll me a d20 in chat, please.
In chat, you can do that?
I don't know if you can actually. Can you roll in Twitch chat? I don't know. I just mean report it in chat, but
Oh, probably if we get a
I'm sure.
bot or something.
I thought we had a
No,
roller before.
I was not able to do it.
I think Josh did it. Oh no, we're lost without you, Josh.
Indeed not. I have no idea. We can certainly play with it down the road. Okay, we have a 17. That's certainly a strong roll. Anybody else adding into that?
You can go to
just
Google.
so you guys can
and say
be
roll
part
1d20.
of saying how well they go. Inara's ship is battered, but not destroyed. Of her 6 ships, 4 are lost before she makes the decision to take what she has left and leave. She does manage to screen the military vessels away from the merchant vessels under her care and take them with her. And I guess we'll have to keep an eye out for Inara to see what she's up to. Don't count her out just yet. Those orc ships, while she doesn't have a lot of them, are particularly interesting because they tend to have, they don't tend to have, they tend to be floating factories. They have interesting capabilities, so we'll see what these orcs get up to away from home after a less than stellar beginning to whatever that fight that was. All that said and done, let's circle back away from the Packlands, back up north to the Liminal Valley, where our party has been waiting to take off on their trip. Players, give questions before we continue at this point.
We don't know any of this, right?
No, this, from a chronological perspective, these events are happening at the same, more or less, time. Now, your party has decided to set off out of Lindholm, traveling north into the forest. Azalea, once again returning to her horned owl form, has flown ahead. Her intent is to keep an eye out for the bandits she'd been tracking earlier, maybe leave signs for those following, and warn you if any of those bandits doubled back or came back in a way that you might not be expecting. The rest of you intend to move forward and look out for any signs that Azalea leaves and the trail that you have been pointed to. You have a general gist of where to go to start before you need to pick back up on it. And Tambid has taken the lead in guiding the group through the forest. So Tam. Spotlight to you. You're leading the group through the party. What are your thoughts? What are your plans? What's going on?
I guess Azalea described to us a crossroads where they met and waited for a while and then set off from there. Correct.
So there's there was a place where 2 roads came together, and in that vicinity is where the groups met, and then they took off on the joined road.
Okay, so I want to get us to that crossroads. I figured that should be fairly easy. If one's kind of like on a path, on a road. And then from there, I want to start tracking. And as soon as I can pick up like the trail at that crossroad and start following it, I'm going to use Gifted Tracker, which lets me spend hope and ask you a certain number of questions based on the amount of hope I spend.
Okay.
From a prescribed list. That list is...
Now hold up, before we get there.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question regarding how you're moving the group through the woods. So, you know generally where you're going. What kind of path did you take? Are you trying to navigate more or less a straight line? Are you following, actual roads that are ready to go?
Until we get to the crossroads, I figure we're following the roads just to find the crossroads. And then
Okay.
after that, it depends where the trail of the people themselves leads to.
Okay. It takes some time to follow those roads, but you do. I think you notice as you go that they are particularly empty. Not even a random merchant or tinker or anything of the sort moving through. No vagabonds traveling around. Just quiet forest roads. Just you and the animals. That said, some hours pass and you do find yourselves at the crossroads. And Tam, I'll say, without any real issue, you're able to pick out, the fact that, a relatively large force of men has traveled through here in armor relatively recently. They are careful, but nothing can hide that from somebody with a bit of skill. Now, you have questions I would like to hear.
Yeah, okay, so the options I have for this are... I'm switching over to it, one sec. What direction did they go? How long ago did they pass through? What were they doing here? And how many of them are there? And I'm gonna burn 2 hope to learn. I know we have a good idea of what direction they went, but I wanna see if I can hammer down a little bit more of that. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do how many there were, so we can confirm numbers. And then when we encounter anybody tracked through this ability, I will gain +1 evasion against them.
They headed north on the road that, follows, the road where these two roads join. There were 27 in total. And that includes a wagon.
Okay. And then as far as the direction, I just kind of get the general. I can follow this track, right?
Yeah. It appears, and I think you actually don't have any issues with this because suddenly the track has become relatively clear. They followed the road.
All right. So they're definitely not making an attempt to hide, at least right now. Might be further up. But from here, they just straight up followed the road up.
Didn't Azalea mention they were sneaking through the forest?
On the way to here.
I see.
We bypassed that part of the route.
I see.
I do not believe they had much reason to hide with the numbers they were traveling with.
Yeah, I'm seeing 27 different tracks.
Certainly be enough to protect against any bandage they encountered along the way.
Pretty much anything you'd see out here. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Matt, anything else of note in the area of the crossroads of where they had stopped? Gives us any clues?
Why don't you roll me a check? Feels like an instinct roll to me.
That is the 16 with hope.
16 with hope. Okay, take some of your hope back. That's certainly a success with hope. So 16. What do you find? All right. Yeah. Maybe 100 yards down the road. You follow the tracks a bit, just kind of looking and seeing. And about 100 yards down the road, you notice a set of the tracks have branched off from the main group and gone over into the forest. You follow those tracks through the woods for some distance, maybe another 50 yards or so, to a tree. It's a large old oak. And following the tracks leads you to a spot where one of the roots has come up and kind of created this kind of natural crevice or a little mini cavern down beneath the tree. And down inside that hole, you find a stack of white armbands with red suns on.
Hey, any sign of any bodies? Any people? Live people? Sorry.
As far as you can tell, the set of tracks you follow after coming here turn back at an angle to presumably catch back up with the rest.
And it's just the armbands down there, just like a hiding
Yeah.
plot for those? Okay. I'll swipe a bunch of them. I'll grab one for each of us and Zeem, if necessary. So I'll grab 6 total armbands.
I have a question on this. Does it look like they're being buried to be hidden away and discarded, or do they look like they're buried as a stash?
More a stash.
Okay.
I would say they were laid out like in like a bundle. They weren't
Right,
like,
and-
they weren't like buried deep into the ground either. Like it only took Tam maybe a few seconds of rooting around underneath the tree to find them.
Okay.
So I'll make it back to everybody and say, hey, they've been hiding these out in the forest, I guess. That's what it looks like. It's like a little hiding spot for these and maybe for one person to kind of hang out, but not a lot of room. But somebody left this group, went there, headed back out towards the road. So I grabbed them. Maybe they'll come in handy later. We don't have the armor, but
Perhaps this is something that we could. I do not wish to let us get too far away with this scouting, but is there any sign of the people who left these? You said some separated from the rest of the group somewhere?
yeah, there's a set of tracks left the overall group, headed out into the woods, not far, to where these were, and then left again. I didn't follow those tracks, but it looks like it's at an angle to just kind of intercept with the group on the road further up.
Hmm.
If they were hiding them there, or if they were getting more, or what the plan was, but it
Yeah.
looked like they had access.
So there are several armbands left here, and perhaps we should keep an eye out for the group who left them, so that we do not get ambushed along the way.
Yeah, I think that's wise.
I can tell you they are quite fast at times.
I mean, I understand 1 versus 27.
I mean, 5 versus 27 doesn't sound too great either.
Ah, damn it! And I'll slap him on the back of his shoulder. Waste for war sods. Don't worry about it.
I have
Lol.
never in a fight with odds as bad as that. I do not know what you are talking about. That seems very terrible. Seems
is.
ill-advised.
It is. It is also unfortunate and usually the result of poor decisions and something you can't always retreat from.
Yeah.
But I've been in worse.
Well, let's
Oh.
hope that it does not, history does not repeat itself here.
Hopefully we can find some of them while they're split off, you know? Hopefully they split up at all.
Someone always has to use the toilet eventually.
Fair. I figure after, like, maybe the second one of those we kill, they start growing in pairs.
Right. Usually this is not like in books that you've been reading or stories that bards tell. If you take one out that's going off by himself, that means they're very poorly organized because usually you have somebody taking watch even when a person is going. And secondly, they will immediately know something's up.
Do not believe I could survive in the military like that. It's being told to watch someone else use the restroom is not an ideal time for me. Someone on watch while someone else is using the restroom.
It's better than being dead.
Well, the dignity in that.
There's dignity in being killed while you're on the bathroom. You think that is better than... Because that was what Tambit was describing.
It depends on who is doing the killing.
Do you really
That
think
is
you
a
can
joke.
have...
No, that is it. All right, well, let us continue along the way.
Unless you're speaking of the little death. And even then, I don't think that's the place for it.
Certainly not something I also wish to never experience in the restroom. Not
that DM
Not in-
shrug was a...
many, many years. Anyway,
I'll
Tembi.
keep going up the trail,
Yeah.
following their tracks. I don't want to push the pace too much, I guess. Still looking for ambush. Oh, you're muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. You won't have a chance to push the pace too much. So you continue following the trail. Once you've gotten back to the road, you pick up not just the trail, the one who went out to the stash, but also of the main group. Their paces were well timed just to come back together, it seems. That said, you only get another 500 yards or so past that point before you come along a new site of interest. Before you is a small crossing over a river whose name you don't know, followed by what appears to be the entrance to a cave. That cave is clear, but full of debris. It seems quite a bit of rock has been blown up and cleared out of this area quite recently. In addition, before the cave entrance, and much more importantly, I would say, you see half a dozen wagons in various states of disrepair, some of them having burned down to kind of their base. You see a full dozen bodies lying around, seeming to looking to have fallen in combat. These are guards, people who were equipped. And you see just kind of a scattering of goods and just various sundries of these people were carrying. A quick look tells you these look to be merchant wagons. They were carrying goods. They were loaded up with cargo. The smell of the burning wagons still kind of lingers in the air. And the smell of blood, of course. That never goes away that quickly.
These seem pretty fresh.
Yeah, within the last few hours, you would say?
Anybody still a little bit alive, perhaps? Maybe someone's only mostly dead?
Why don't you? No, I don't think. Baylor takes a moment to look around. There's no roll needed for this. It's a depressing walk. As I said, there's about a dozen bodies scattered about. In one place, there are 4 of bodies in particularly nice armor that you see, all of them having absolutely been brought down by multiple wounds. They seem to have fought in a place protecting something. Nothing survives there. As you continue to walk through the wagons in the clearing, you notice out of the corner of your eye as you walk a bundle of what looks to be goods and kind of wagon debris shifts. Not much, but you notice it as you walk by. How do you react?
I'm going to say, Torment, over here, give me a hand, and I'm going to go and try to start pulling the debris off just to see what's underneath.
I will help while being careful that he's not shifting things in his hurry and crushing what he's moving.
Not a pile quite that large, thankfully. It doesn't take long
Okay.
to get the heavy stuff off. And as you begin to do so, you hear a kind of shrill. You don't need to. You don't need to. You can leave me here if you like. I'm quite comfortable here. Thank you.
I do not believe it is a good idea. There are many armed men on the roads here.
Quite a few less than there were an hour or so ago, certainly.
I mean, is it not the armed men to help you, the armed men to help with this kind of thing? Are you all right?
Oh yes, I'm fine. As you talk, a kind of young man stands up. He's human. He has blonde hair. He's probably mid-20s, maybe pushing 30. He's wearing a kind of a set of sky blue robes that appear to be made of silk, that are substantially worse for the wear at the moment, having clearly been dragged through mud, dirt, and blood, and as well as you can see what looks to be some stab wounds through the robe, but they don't appear to have scored any hits against the boy's body. Just excuse me, sorry, had a bit more excitement than I was ready for this morning. Hello, thank you. Who are you?
I am Bilu. I am a healer. This
Tormund.
is Tormund. The young man over there is Tambid, and then Morella is with us as well.
You don't say. Well, pleasure to meet you. My name is Soren. My, I didn't expect it to be so violent.
Are you part of the merchant convoy?
Not technically, no. They were here. They were here when I got here. The cave entrance, it was collapsed, and they needed to clear it. So they were working with a couple of the magic users they had, along with some explosives some of the merchants were carrying, to try to blow it out safely. Right about the time they were ready to set it off, the bandits attacked. I just kind of joined in with the merchants when I first came along.
Wait, what's the inside version of this? Like, can I check if he's
instinct.
lying? Yes.
You can make an instinct roll, and we'll see what you can see. I can't promise you lie detector abilities, but who knows?
I realized I was.
Shows up to the
I'll
table
give-
without his dice.
Yes, I have been dealing with some stuff, and
Cats, what's our punishment?
Yes. Someone think of something fun.
I will
Yes,
say
and
when
the
I
pants
first sat
too.
down, when I jumped on, I was like, oh, I didn't grab any of my dice.
Tormund also has the tie-dye pants now. That's the punishment.
that's not how it works.
I mean, I could get a chat vote written up really quickly.
I mean, you just have to ask Kaylee, and she'll say yes. Also, it's a crit. Two
for
force.
everyone.
+2.
All right. No, he doesn't appear to be lying or even admitting anything at the moment. He is meeting your eye and appears to be forthright. He mostly appears to be out of sorts. Seems kind of in shock, mentally, if not physically, at least.
Okay. By the way, a crit gives you a hope also, or does it give you 2?
You get a hope and you clear a stress.
Oh, okay. Well, I get a hope, I guess. Okay.
While they're talking to him, I want to just be watching for movement around, particularly towards the cave entrance. Can I tell from the tracks if they went into the cave?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm focusing mostly there, but generally keeping an eye for ambushes.
It seems quiet around here. The only real sounds are, the sounds of you folks moving around, and a couple fires on a couple of the wagons still crackling low.
So you said that you joined in after the had already stopped. Were you traveling on your own, or is there something?
Oh yes,
you're
I
thinking of?
I'm a bit of a historian, and I
see.
was traveling for work. I needed to go north, and the path was blocked, so I figured I'd wait with the merchants. Oh God.
If I look out at the bodies, is it pretty much all guards that are dead, or is it a mix of guards and non-guard looking people like merchants?
So out of the dozen bodies, I would say that 10 of them are very clearly guards. They're wearing chainmail or leather or some sort of armor, and they had weapons in their hands. They don't appear to be there anymore. The other two are interesting cases, I suppose, or at least potentially interesting. One of them is an older halfling woman. Looked to be probably in her later years, 70s, 80s maybe, but dressed very nicely in a silk gown. Clearly relatively well taken care of. Had a woman of some means. But she is one of the only non-guards who was killed, and it looks as if she was run straight through the center. The other body that was not a guard looks to be a human male, maybe one of the merchants. In fact, if not a guard, it's hard to tell. He's not armored. He's wearing just kind of basic traveling clothes. He might have been armed. That one's difficult to get a read on.
The halfling woman, is it a large run-through hole like what we saw with Galen?
No, sorry.
Okay.
Not like ballista size, certainly.
Okay.
Just large on a halfling, yes. It looks to be probably about the size of a longsword, but a very clean thrust through the center.
So you mentioned
Certainly.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
You mentioned something earlier about like the guards were clearly defending something in the middle that is not there anymore, right?
Yes, toward the cave entrance, toward one of the walls. In fact, there is a small circle, and I will add, this is where the older halfling woman's body was found as well. There is a circle of 4 well-armed or well-armored guards. They are all wearing matching chainmail with the colors silver and green. They all appear to be relatively young, fit, trained guardsmen, not your average caravan mercenary. And looking around at this area, you will notice, I think, one of the wagons that has been largely burned but still standing somewhat does have a symbol that matches that coloring. On it, there is a golden harp with a green sheaf of wheat across it.
I'm sorry, can you say that last one again? What, the golden harp, on what was that?
With a green sheaf of wheat going across it.
No, on what? Where was that?
On the wagon.
Okay.
So would that let us know that this is
That same symbol is on the guard's armor. Sorry.
some sort of an official delegation from like
All that
Cransall or
tells you
something, or-
is that all that tells you is that is the crest of a noble family.
See.
It's not the crest of Bransel, although it is similar. It's made even more complicated by most noble families tend to keep banners that are like, there's a family banner that is relatively well known, and then depending on personal notoriety, they all tend to have a house banner as well. Which one of these this is, you're not probably sure. I don't know. Does anybody have a background in? I forget. Is anybody from Gransel here? Like really
Yes.
from Gransel?
Born and raised in
Right.
Cransall.
So yeah, Bailu, you certainly, I think, you might not recognize this exact crest, but it does seem like you've the coloring, the style, and the icons. Most families don't use the icons of Bransel on their family crest. This looks like it might have belonged to one of the Colvilles. Agatha Colville is currently the prime minister of Bransel. This looks like it may have been somebody related to her. I'll also add that you are from Gransel, and therefore you are well aware that halfling noble families are massive. This being a relative of Agatha does not necessarily mean she was important, but
This is enough for me to know that this is someone from well-to-do from Cransall.
yeah,
Which
I
we're
think
not super far
you could
from.
absolutely make that connection here.
I'm going to kind of go back over to Soren. See, were you able to have much conversation with any of the people that were associated with the convoy outside of the merchants?
Oh yes, I spoke to the most fascinating fellow. He was one. Somehow he managed to fight on both sides of the siege of Gaiatel. It was a fascinating little story.
Norman's jaw clenches a bit at that.
I spoke to there was this nice halfling girl, young, rich, I think. I didn't get her name. She seemed in a hurry. It was mostly her what's the word? Witch? Her handmaiden, who was helping blow up the cavern.
Was that young girl taken by the people who did this to the caravan?
I hate to say it, but probably. They took a bunch.
There should be more people here in general.
Yes, they took a handful. I'd say, oh gosh, gods. They took maybe 30.
That is a large number. But, and I'll kind of turn to Tormund and say, but that many just random people may slow them down quite a bit. We may be able to catch up a bit if they have that many people that they are towing along with them. Assuming they are keeping them alive.
They wouldn't have taken them away from here if they weren't keeping them alive.
I hope so.
How is it that you managed to survive the attack?
I'm slippery? I'm good at hiding. I'm not proud of that, but comes in handy when you're, well, like me.
This is probably the reason that you are free at this moment.
It's definitely the reason I'm still alive many times over at this point, but I think you're right.
Well, I believe.
What are you doing here? And for a moment, like, you see, I think you can see the shock is kind of starting to wear off, and what is clearly a somewhat intelligent mind is looking at you now with a little more questioning. Let's look. And he kind of looks at the entire group, and you can tell he's not necessarily assured by what he sees.
I was mugged by bandits early this morning, and they have many of my healing supplies.
And your pants, I assume?
My pants were a casualty of a battle with the bandits. These were an ill-timed and unfortunate joke.
Sure, but those are the pants of the Rainbow Brigade.
Yes. So I can have them back as long as. Well, I am here to get my supplies back and to see why I was attacked in the first place. My traveling companions were kind enough to accompany me on this task. They have been a group. Did you happen to see any insignia on the attackers?
No, I looked. Once I was down under the rubble, I looked.
No armbands of any kind?
No, nothing. I mean, they looked like bandits, but really well dressed. It was kind of interesting. All the armor was clean, but no insignia.
Mm-hmm. What, may I ask, are you doing out here alone?
Studying. I'm an emergent historian.
The history of the area, or are you going?
No. I'm an emergent historian. I study history as it happens.
So a chronicler?
I don't think I can call myself that.
Are you just a bard?
No, I don't play an instrument or sing Can't even do poems, really. It's not my thing. No, I seek out. Well, we live in very interesting times, right?
So
Most historians have to settle for reading about the thing, times that shaped their culture. I want to live it. Emphasis on the live part.
I feel like I've heard of bards like this.
I'm not a bard, sir. Certainly not. I'm a student. Sometimes a wizard. Not much of one. Mostly a student.
Did the men who took the others, did you see which directions they went? They obviously did not go through the mountain, which is blocked.
Point of clarification, it has been cleared. And we have established they went through the mountain.
Well, yeah, I was listening to that, obviously. I was just testing this guy to see if he knew what was going on.
I think they went through the... See how it's open in that bit there?
Oh, yes, that part of the mountain is open, yes.
I think they went through there.
I was thinking about the different part. Okay. Where are you going to head off to now?
Where are you going to head off to now?
We have to go track the men down. I must get my supplies, and I feel they may have someone of some importance to my... Or just someone of some importance that might need to be...
Sure. So you're following the bandits?
I am
Yes.
trying to think of another way to say it, but yes.
Then I'm following you.
I do not know that that is a good idea.
I know.
Okay.
I can be
I
quiet.
hate
You
to
have
be
to
that
listen
guy.
to Torman and do what he tells you to do.
To me,
You are the only one who has experience in leading
Gives a
other
very
men
awkward salute to
doing things.
Norman.
He has
Yes, sir.
already saluted you.
at ease.
Hmm.
I don't trust you. I don't know you.
It's fair. I don't know you either.
Yet you want to follow us.
Well, I'm going to follow you. Unless you stop me.
Right.
This is what I do. I don't have to travel with you, but I'm going in the same direction as you. Norman, you seem at a loss. Would this perhaps be a time to ask the audience for some help?
You know what? Sure. Do we want to let them... So... Let him follow us? Just at a distance? I'm trying to write down the questions as I'm saying.
Take your time. Don't feel
Yeah.
rushed.
So... let him come with us.
Kill him and steal his normal-looking pants.
He's wearing robes.
Is he wearing pants? Yeah.
No. I mean, he might be. You can't tell, but he's wearing robes.
No, I'm willing to take that chance.
That's fair. Bailu in the quest for normal pants, putting you in good company with Dungeon Crawler Carl.
What he
That's
doesn't
the
know though
second
is that's
campaign.
actually a curse, and so he'll put on the robes and they'll turn a rainbow.
It's fine.
From now on, every pants he puts on.
It's fine.
So is there a question?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Tom, do you have one up?
It is now. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. No
I
worries.
was coming up with ideas while I was writing them, and
All good.
also there's a little bit of
All right,
text
guys.
sizing issues.
No worries. No worries. So, Tormund has a question. I think the entire party has a question on some level. What do we do with Soren? Do you let him come? Do you force him to follow at a distance? Do you kill him and steal his robes? Or do you really strongly tell him to go?
That's not a real suggestion.
At this point, where
I think we
Belu
know-
will now murder someone for his pants.
No.
It is perhaps a better fate than if he followed us and died to the bandits. You know?
If you kill him
Is it?
instead?
Yeah, I mean,
Is it though?
Anyway,
We're much more gentle at murder than bandits are.
right.
I'm not sure we have enough data to really back that up yet, but
We
I'll
don't.
see that's probably true.
Less
another-
practiced.
Yeah,
that option
Chad,
is
I
no
thought
thought.
about like tying him up or something.
I thought that also, but
Yeah, chat.
That's
If you
kind of
have,
my worry when I saw
you're
that pop up
as
there.
always welcome to throw out your own answers, especially now when we have this nice little intimate group here. Feel free to toss out your own suggestions if you don't like what's on the screen. It's a collaborative process. You're playing the game with us too.
Yeah.
who's the murder hobos in chat?
I mean, we did see some knock him out. We saw
All
some tie
of
him
that.
out. For some
see
reason,
The
Caleb
only
really wants his boots.
yeah, I'm confused about this. Have I don't think I mentioned the boots.
You did. Are they fantastic in some way? Are they fabulous?
I mean, he has boots. He is wearing boots,
Sure.
But so's everyone else.
presumably.
I'm not.
Yeah, we don't
Fair.
know that.
Do you want boots?
All right, I think
Oh.
it's
Yeah, I
it's
mean-
hard to tell if it's the audience or if it's just Kaylee, but
There's a lot of boots votes, and they're all from Kaylee.
yeah.
How do we force him to follow at a distance anyway?
That is an
Well-
interesting.
Every time he gets too close, you turn
Yeah,
around and
tell
yell, "Get! Now get! Get on! Get!"
Shoot, boy!
Yeah.
Get on out of
So-
here now!
Throw
I
rocks
guess
at his
we're-
face.
We're trying to
Get
get
him out
the
of here,
boots.
Yeller!
Good.
Oh, so
How
sad.
can we tell him he can come with us in
Pursuing.
exchange for his boots?
That's what I was going to take that and go with. Don't ask why. You really don't want to know. You can follow us if you give us your boots. You can take some boots for other people down here, but we need your boots.
See him think for a real long moment, just like. And he just kind of shrugs and looks up and. Okay. And he takes off his boots.
Everybody run.
I look at
And he
Belu.
just holds them out for you. Here you go, sir.
I didn't expect him to do it. I'll
Well,
hand
you're
them to
carrying
Belu.
them.
Belu,
No.
you said
No,
people
no.
listen to me when it's related to chasing bandits.
The boots are yours. I do not need them. You have already given me so much in the ways of clothing today.
I have. Should I remind you, Morella chose this. Morella and Azalea.
I do not believe that is the case.
I shake my head.
They have tricked you then?
They have to be seen in public with me. They would not have done this.
I mean, Azalea's not
um,
here.
It's gonna be real hard for you to follow us without boots.
I've walked barefoot before. I can do it again.
You're gonna stub your toes in that tunnel.
I'm gonna cut my toes in those rocks, but here we go.
Then you're gonna turn right around and go back to town.
Is that what you think's gonna happen?
That's what I really hope happens.
You're a real nice shade of purple, by the way. I don't know if that's inappropriate to say. Sorry. Either way, Lead on.
I'm giving the boots to Morella. Like very
I
obviously.
like how the
like,
boots of shame are just moving around the party now.
Yep. Portal just opens up next to Kaylee in real life and dropped off a pair of boots.
But like I'm very, very obviously like hand them all over to Morella.
I'm gonna keep them held out for me, like fully extended arm. Like I don't want to be carrying these smelly boots.
They don't smell badly, much. I guess I have been out here for a bit.
And
Anyway.
could you please lead the way, please?
Matt, how big is this cave entrance? Is it large enough to fit a wagon that we've been kind of tracking?
Yeah. So there is still rock covering a decent bit of it. You can tell that when it's fully clear, you could probably have like 2 double wide lines of wagons. This is a road.
Okay.
This is a tunnel through the mountains meant to do exactly this. Currently, there's probably enough space to get 1 wagon in at a time right now, but you certainly can get wagons through.
Yeah, so I'll kind of sidle up to the cave entrance and make sure the tracks lead that way, and I see the wagon tracks. I imagine it's like completely dark in there, huh?
Yeah, it is not lit. There's no like torches or anything like that. You bring your own light into this. But yeah, you can tell that the wagon tracks and the big old column of people and prisoners made their way through here. It is a mess at this entrance point. Footsteps over footsteps, like it's chaotic. The only thing that makes it even remotely followable is the fact that a lot of these guys have like roughly the same size like foot and are wearing the same like boots. So like you can make out roughly what's going on there. The real chaos is in the merchants they took with them, who have all kinds of different footprints left behind, ranging from the small of the halflings up to what looks to be a couple giants.
So I'll let I'll turn around to the group and say, hey, keep an eye ahead and behind. It's going to be a lot harder for me to follow these tracks in here.
All right.
I'm going to have to pay close attention to it.
You're going to feel a little silly about that when you start going through the cave, and you come to discover that this is a straight line.
Oh, really? Okay.
There are no offshoots. This is not a natural cave formation. This was a magically carved path through this mountain.
Okay. So it's not going to be hard to track, as it turns out, guys. They really only have 1 path. We'll start heading that way.
It's a relatively long trek through the mountain. Go ahead. Sorry.
I will hang back, and I will ask Chad a question.
Okay.
While I do that, just talking to myself.
Will you do it yourself?
Back here.
You handling it like via chat?
I'm not gonna enter. It's not gonna be a whole thing.
Okay.
Basically, I would like to get a little bit more specific information on what happened here.
Okay.
And I am wondering what we think these people, a specific emotion they were feeling that I can hone in on to find out what happened here.
Okay.
And I'm thinking specifically regarding the older halfling woman.
Interesting. All right. I like that.
Do we think something like fear, or I don't know if failure really counts as an emotion, that kind of thing, like
regret?
Yeah, what sort of ness would have been happening in this situation that could help us figure out more specifically what happened?
Okay, chat.
Now, if Tom wants to put that into a question for us. He
You
can
are
do
able
that
to do
for
it.
sure.
I think what we're
But
looking
me,
for here,
never.
chat, is
It's more just open.
let's
What
hear some
emotion?
emotions that
Yeah.
might have been present here that will help Morella do
I'm
what
not
Morella do.
sure. Someone suggested battle horny. I don't know if that's gonna do it, but I'll go with that if that's the only option.
Okay.
About this woman in her 80s.
Yes.
Better than on the.
It's like that one episode of House with the older woman with the, what did she have, cancer that was making her
Oh, okay.
really attracted to Dr. House. Ooh,
Chat said anxiety, resigned misery. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Ooh, okay.
Unfortunately, the answer is
Answer.
not boots. That's useful.
Yes. Not boots. She was young once. Yes, she was.
She had boots once.
It's true.
Probably. Does she have shoes now?
Yes, she is still wearing her boots.
Oh, they're also boots. Okay.
Oh, yeah, they are boots. Nice boots, but travel boots. At the end of the day.
How nice should I be?
If they were sized to you, you might be very interested in them. They are, however, old halfling woman sized, which is to say, maybe more like you in real life.
Gosh, is resigned misery, is that too specific? I guess it can be a sensation as well. Anyway, I will go over to her and I will place these disgusting stranger's boots away from me. And while the others are ahead, I will lean down and place a hand on this dead woman's shoulder. And little tiny glowy spores will kind of go around her body, and Morella's got like little lit up eyelash mycelial stuff happening. And we will use death connection. So while touching a corpse, you can mark a stress to extract one memory from the corpse related to a specific emotion or sensation of your choice.
All right. I think Vax is upset at the concept of breaching the barrier between the living and the dead, but that's just how magic is, buddy.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So we have multiple people say anxiety, which I guess, yeah, that would be... I mean, if you're about to be run through with a weapon, you might be pretty anxious. Agony. I always like agony.
I'm sorry.
Are you just
what?
learning this now? Pay more attention, Tom.
There's some things I
Agony,
block out. You should know that by now.
I'll send you the song later. But yeah, I guess... Well, we had the most for anxiety, so I would say anxiety.
Okay.
What was she... A memory where she is feeling anxiety, and hopefully it is related to what happened here.
You reach out with this very fungal connection of yours. This moment where a fungal is able to connect with the mind of a non-fungal in that moment of death, in that moment where this person could potentially become one of you down the road. You reach out and you sense what made this person, and you focus on that concept of anxiety. And you don't have to dig far or go far back to find it. Her anxiety was, very real very recently. You get the sense that this is a woman who is used to anxiety, a woman who has dealt with a lot of stressful situations in her life, who has learned to take a breath and move on. And yet, in her last moments, you feel that she was more terrified than she had been in maybe ever. More anxious, not for herself, but that she would fail in what she was doing. That her charge would be killed. and you just get kind of flashes of this moment. You can hear the battle around. You can hear the fire burning, roaring on some of these wagons that seem to have been hit with vials of liquid flame. You can hear the shouts of anger and of pain and of fear. You see a couple people breaking out into the woods, running and trying to get away, only for arrows to flit out from the group attacking them, taking them down in mid-stride. And you see the guard around you, protecting your charge, standing shoulder to shoulder with you, your one hand lit up with magical power, the other holding a silver ornate dagger, stabbing and pushing magical power out in equal measures, when you see one of the guards to your side go down, and an opening to the young child, woman, you forget, she's older now, next to you. And you see the blade going right for her. And that anxiety settles out for a moment as, this woman realizes that at the very least she can do one more thing. And with speed powered by her abilities, enough to not stop the blade, but to intercept it, she steps forward into the open space, and with that, and you feel the blade as it pierces her sternum, as it cuts into her, and then a moment later the memory fades. You're standing again, maybe a little short of breath, but back in the present. You remember a name as you come back to the present. Thalia. Thalia.
Okay, and I sit there pretty shaken by all of that, feeling all of that pain. And I will get up and go grab this stranger's boots and just kind of dust myself off and carry onward to catch up with the group.
Right. I think that is about as good a place as I can find. Let's take our break there. Let's take 15 minutes there. Let's let everybody collect your thoughts as you move on to the next phase of this journey.
10 minutes, you said?
15, please. I gotta take a dog out. We'll be back soon, guys. Thank you. And we're back. Welcome back, guys. We are ready to continue, hopefully. Our party has picked up a follower and started to make their way into the tunnel through the mountain, following the bandits and the prisoners. Players, any questions, concerns, or things you want to check with the audience on before we continue?
Certainly a lot of concerns for well-being. Namely ours.
Well, you're not getting out of those anytime soon, so get comfortable in that danger. So let's roll forward. Tambid leads the group into the tunnel. Torches, or I guess that's. I'm just curious what this looks like. Are we lighting torches, or are we walking into the dark?
Well, there's like no light, right? We won't be able to see anything.
Correct.
Without?
This would be a pretty pitch black place pretty quickly.
Yeah, I feel like we gotta light some torches.
Torch it
At
up.
least one.
No
The
dark
party
vision.
journeys in. Torches lit, fire flickering. The trail could not be any more clear, honestly, here in this tunnel. It can only go in one direction, and it is currently comprised of one wagon and 57 people, approximately, it seems. The path continues. You travel through this tunnel for about an hour. It's a pretty long trek before you see the daylight start to break. It's with some probably relief that you get to the other side and get back out into the light, although there isn't much light left in the day as it rolls on. But there is enough left to see that you have come to a fork in the road. Tambid, you lead out of the cave, and you follow the road, and you follow the trail. And the tracks do not deviate from the road. At least not yet. But they do split.
Do I get a sense, studying them, how they split, like, number-wise, / is one of them mostly hostages?
Roll me another instinct roll. That's one. Or actually, yeah, we'll keep it instinct.
Keen with hope.
You guys are on fire tonight. Yeah, all right. 18 with hope. You are able to pretty well make out what you're looking at. It's not perfectly clear, but you think you're able to pick it up. It looks like the military boots, the mercenaries, seem to have split here. I think you can count about a third of them went to the west, 2/3 to the east. As far as you can tell, all of the hostages appear to have gone west. All that said, you do not find a single halfling footprint.
What about the wagon? Which direction?
The wagon went east,
It went east. Okay.
with the larger of the two mercenary groups.
Okay, so they split. And Matt, this is at that fork in the road, is that right? And they're both going on a road?
Mhm.
So they did split up here. It looks like about a third of them went west here. And they seem to have taken all the hostages. But either someone's carrying the halfling girl, or she's in the wagon that went east with the bulk of the forces. What's more important? Most of the hostages or the halfling girl?
Well, I do want to hear what the group party has to say. I do. I'm going to come back to you before we actually put this to the audience. But I want to get the question in front of the audience and the options in front of the audience as well. So, Tom, the question is, what does the group do? There are 3 options. Travel west, travel east, or split the party.
No.
I have a question before we put this to the audience.
Yeah, I want to give all you guys a chance to talk before we get there. Go ahead.
Okay. Can Tambit tell which way Bailu's supplies went?
I think
This
without
feels very
Good,
important.
it does. I grant you that. I do. But oh god, how? No. No, I'm sorry. I can't.
That-
I can't begin to imagine a
Even
role that
gifted
tells me that.
tracker doesn't give me what were they carrying.
No, I'm sorry. It's a good
We're
question.
dragging them across the ground. And we
There
can follow
there is not just a like
the west,
breadcrumb
there's the
trail of
wagon.
herbs behind.
It's the wagon
Just-
2/3 and one ibuprofen pill every
The
like
path to
300
the
yards.
west. The path to the west just smells herby. You know. No, I'm sorry. That is not information you have access to at this moment. But no, please, I want to hear the party's thoughts on this before we go over to the chat. So, chat, hold in your bloodthirst and let them talk through their decision, their thought process before you decide for them.
Looks not like Bax is having fun.
Oh, he's having a ball.
Literally.
It sounds like it's getting filtered out, but oh no, David can hear something apparently. So he did. Like okay. Oh, the question, right?
What we want to do, right? You want to chat it out first?
The
Yeah, so
travel
feel free to
west.
talk above the table here, guys. You don't need to be in character,
Which-
or you can be. I'm not going to.
Which side is the wagon? West or east, by the way?
The wagon
Wagon-
went east.
East.
Okay.
Wagon went east
just-
with the bulk of the
Forces.
mercenaries. A third of the mercenaries, and it seems like all of the hostages went west. But there is no sign of halfling footprints with that. So either she is being carried, or most likely, I feel like she's in the wagon. Are the two most likely things. But that is a guess on my part. I can tell you she's not walking with either group.
What if she's just wearing big boots?
Yeah. That would I think I'm a good enough tracker that I would be able to tell that somebody's boots are shifting as they walk. They're wearing the wrong size shoes type thing, maybe.
You know what? And with your rolls today, I'll grant you that.
I feel very confident that the halfling girl is not walking with either group. But that is all that I know.
I feel like we're making a lot of assumptions about halfling feet.
They even wear boots? Got hobbit feet, right?
While there are certainly clans of halfling that do stick to the barefoot tradition, most have eschewed that, if you'll forgive the pun.
Okay.
Does Morel still have the boots from?
Are you just always carrying them at arm's length, Lum?
Yes. Yep.
Soren's
For
just kind of
now.
walking and looking at them longingly occasionally, but he's still there.
At this point, I'm just going to reach out for them. Do you let
I
them
will.
go?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just making sure, like, you're not fighting for them. So, like, I'll go hand them back to him. Like, it,
No.
Oh, thank you, sir.
No, I
Is
knew
this
I
my
shouldn't have
hazing
given
ritual?
you.
Am I a private
don't
now?
a- Yeah, don't ask. Morella has weird things about carrying boots.
Some people have weird things about feet. It is what it is.
We tried to not do that once, and you don't want to know what happened.
I very much do, actually.
You wouldn't be able to write it in a book anyway.
I'm a big fan of oral traditions.
I have a question for chat. Do we kick Torment out of the party now?
Chat, is it time for exile? I don't know why I'm looking to the left to talk
You know
to
what?
chat.
Let's split the party,
That was
and Torment and
fast.
this kid can go the other way. You can go with the mercenaries.
I will say before chat votes, Pam would be in favor of going after the bulk of the hostages. Both reasoning that it's better to save more than fewer, and also because there's a more manageable force for us to try to fight and or pare down.
That's fair. Bailu, how about you? Tom, just cut that
Bailu's
down
torn.
to east-west and split.
Yeah, Bailu's torn because he wants to do the most good possible in this, and that's probably helping the potentially helping the larger group of people. However, he also knows, he's got some loyalties to Grinsel still. Despite not having lived there for, 15 years or so, maybe a little more at this point. So, I mean, he's pretty split on this, I think. He's of two minds about this. He wants to help the halfling girl, but he also wants to help the larger group of merchants, and he doesn't know which is the greater good on this one.
Am I hearing a for the greater good?
The greater good. No, yeah, he's just not, he isn't quite sure.
Anybody else have anything else to say before we put this to chat?
Question. Did a great horned owl follow us through the tunnel?
No.
Okay.
There may be people asking, given the situation, where is Azalea? There's an answer, and we'll get to it, but probably not this week.
I want to split the party and have each one of us take a boot.
It's like,
How are we getting extra boots?
is this like sentimental? Like each party has half a pair of boots? Is it like
No,
the Turtle Doves in Home Alone 2?
We take this kid's boots. Home Alone is terrible. And we take this kid's boots and we split the
Right.
party and we each get to keep one. And then when we reunite, he may have his boots.
I'm sorry, you were holding the boots at range. He walked with like bloody feet through a cave, and now you want them back
But
suddenly?
that was his choice.
Now that they're bloody, they're worth more.
The damage is done, Tom.
The feet?
The feet.
Depending on the
Give 'em back,
pervert.
put 'em on, right?
Yeah, foot fetish.
Hashtag not that kind of stream.
We're short on funds, okay?
We have to say it every time.
Feet for follows? Feet for follows.
That is tough though because I did see the memory and see this person and
It's true.
but
Oh,
also
question.
if they're keeping her if like she's the subject of the ransom that Azalea had told us about, then maybe she's safer than the merchants? I don't know.
So I have a question about that memory thing, and maybe I wouldn't know, but maybe you want to share with the audience. I don't know. Do you absorb the emotions also, or do you just like intellectually know them? Do you experience the same emotions when you do that thing?
Yes.
It's rooted in emotion. More so than thought.
Right.
Yeah, buddy? Yeah.
What is going on?
It's Morse
I'm-
code.
How loud is that in the stream, by the way? Vax
He
going
through like
crazy.
the music for me. I can't hear him doing it at all. I can just see him. He's
Okay.
staring at the back of your head like, there he is.
So genuinely though, I see more votes for splitting the party.
I do. I think you're right.
Of course there are.
Yeah.
Weird.
Huh. Weird.
Noted, Josh. I'll try not to give him new squeaky toys on stream days. All right. I think the party is splitting.
Oh joy.
What's the terrain? outside of
So
this cave?
having come out of the cave, you find yourselves again coming up into a forested area. It's very similar to what you were traveling through before. A little thicker, if anything. I think you might be aware that this area of the valley is outside of the main roads, not heavily traveled. Like it's people go through this area, but there's not a whole lot of destinations around here.
What we could do is, I mean, I guess most of us could follow one group and somebody could trail off after whichever one we're not following. Keep an eye. I'm pretty good in the woods. I can do the trail if you all want.
What are we talking about? No,
It went two different directions.
oh, that's a problem.
Yeah, which way do you think history would want to remember?
That's a real tricky question. Usually wherever the most blood is. But,
I believe Morella is really good at explaining past history and what's happened.
oh, really? I suppose that makes sense. I've met some amazing Funkrel storytellers.
I smile at Morella. You know that turtle smile that looks like they're straight faced but always smiling? That's what Tormund is doing now.
Yeah. So the question is drawn. We are splitting the party, at least temporarily. What are the lines? This one we will leave to the group.
You guys want to go 2 and 2, or you want to go 1 and 3? Remember, we got the, I don't know, history buff following us.
Yeah, real helpful. I'll go the way to track down Talia, I suppose. That's her name, I believe.
I think I will go with you on that side.
Alright, Tambit, looks like we have the bulk of the merchants.
You and I going after the 10 and the hostages?
Yep.
Alright.
Sure, we can handle what, 20-ish bandits by ourselves?
Well, if we're going west, they'll have 20 bandits in a wagon. We'll have about 10.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around for.
Most of the mercenaries went east with the wagon.
Right.
Almost all the hostages went west with a third of the mercenaries.
I see. Okay.
So to the east is going to have about 20 of them ish, and to the west will have about 10 ish, assuming rounding up to 30.
So you and I have the smaller amount of bandits and no ballista?
Probably, unless they've taken it off the wagon, but I can't imagine they have.
Oh, well, where should I go?
It depends what you want to do. Will you want to fight, or if
I
you're
mostly
going to
hide, but
Capable of.
in a pinch I can cast a spell or two if you need.
if you're going
Not
to
really any
hide,
good with the blade.
how quiet are you? Guess you're good at hiding.
They didn't find me at the campsite.
Okay. What do y'all think? More support for the people potentially facing more enemies? Or come with us to find the hostages? We can let chat pick that too.
If you want, I'll leave that to you.
I think it might be a good chat question.
So what's the question?
Which group
If he comes
does?
with us or if
Which
he goes
group
with
gets
them?
Soren?
SOREN?
Correct.
Which group is most in need of a red shirt?
Belu, you're supposed to be the person who keeps people alive, not nodding when you're the group that needs a red shirt.
Look,
Bailey
look,
did not.
look, McCoy went down with red shirts all the time.
It's true.
Do no harm, not let no harm be done.
Mm-hmm. And Belu wasn't nodding, but I was.
I see. So that's where I see we're keeping going on that distinction.
Yes, yes.
The home kit isn't an option.
Soren probably should go, but here he is, here and now.
I see a Morella Belu from Theme.
And I see Group TT,
Tied currently.
and I see a Teehee,
Yeah, but that doesn't count.
and then another.
They didn't
Morella
spell it out.
So that's 2-1 for Morella and Belu.
Looks like it.
Soren's not surviving.
Oh. Well,
DJ?
we're tied
There
up.
we go. Tie it up.
Yeah, but we're going by like which one was first.
No.
So
The ones that came later had more thought put into them. So I think they get more weight.
Mhm.
Sorry, guys.
do we really think DJ put more thought into it?
It's a very
I do.
thoughtful
Like, is
person.
that really the argument we're going
I
with?
think I'm
He is
not going to answer that
extremely
question
thoughtful.
for all sorts of reasons, but more importantly, I don't need to because we have a process for this. This is a tie, which means we go to our tiebreaker. I legitimately don't know who should be on the order for this. I'm not sure we've ever actually done this, and I believe that puts us at the top of the order, and that means 1.
Wow. That
I
is
was going to say it should be Josh since he is not here, but he is
Yes.
present in the chat.
That's
I
fair.
feel like
Josh, you want to be our tiebreaker?
Oh, yeah.
It's a good idea.
Josh is like, oh, I have stepped away. Oh,
Ooh,
no, there he
Torbit.
is.
Okay, so
Torbid.
Soren will be traveling with Tambid and Torment.
okay.
All right.
Soren,
All right.
you're with us.
Chat has spoken.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the boots again, sir.
Don't mention it. I mean it. Please don't mention it.
Oh, I'm gonna write it in my book.
Make sure to mention that Morella desperately wanted them then.
Oh, she did carry them for quite some time. Makes sense.
It was a whole 10 feet.
A whole cave, I think.
It was an hour walk.
Fungrel measure things very differently. Get on her level.
There's metric, there's imperial, and there's fungal.
Mycelial, actually. But
the roots.
The roots, yes.
Sorry, a little PoE jokes for people.
they actually are called the roots here.
Ah, I knew that, and like very clearly it was.
There is a mycelial layer, and there are the roots. It's our version of the Underdark. Yeah. So we have our groups. We have our directions. So who's going which way? Or I guess my question is, which group is going east? That's what I want to know.
Mullet and Wumba.
Yes. with
Morella
the
and Belu. Okay. I am going to focus on you first. Unless somebody has any business before the group splits.
Were we going east? I think I miswrote that.
Yeah, we were going after the girl. Or
Okay, and that has
where we
two
thought they were
thirds?
going.
Correct. That's the one with the bigger group of mercenaries. And the
Oh,
wagon.
okay. I see.
And the wagon. Or I think we're all kind of assuming the girl is.
Don't worry about it. You guys got this. Belu, Morella, don't die.
We will do our best to stay alive.
The groups split at the crossroads. Tormund, Tambid, and Soren heading off, passing into the distance, while Belu and Morella follow their road. Following the wagon tracks, following the thick line of mercenary footprints in the dirt before you. And at this point, having very little idea of how long you'll be traveling or how well, but so I guess I don't know which one of you is leading the way. You've both traveled in your own ways in the past. Who is going to take this up with Tambid going the other direction?
I will go ahead,
You'll go ahead.
of course. You will watch my back to make sure we are not snuck upon.
And I will for sure be doing that.
Okay.
Yes.
Then, if you're for sure doing that, then why don't you both roll me an instinct roll right now?
Sure.
May
Nine with
I
hope.
add an experience?
You may. Which experience you had in?
I keep changing the name of it, so it's unnamed, but it's basically her experience kind of as a lookout, not just necessarily like,
Okay.
standing outside waiting for someone to, but
Sure.
just kind of, yeah, like she's just very on her guard.
I like
and
it.
paying attention to things that go unnoticed or unrecalled.
Mhm.
Just being extra prepped.
She is locked in. All right. So add your or spend your hope and add your experience to that. That's fine.
That is a 21 with hope.
Jeez, you guys are murdering it tonight, or saving it tonight, Elpissing it tonight. Bailey, how about you?
It was a 9 with hope.
A 9 with hope. Okay, that's different.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Which was this? Instinct?
Instinct, yeah.
Yes, 9 with hope.
9 with hope. All right, that's fair. So with a 9 with hope, you realize at some point that you've continued walking and lost the trail. I don't know where your head was, but it was elsewhere for at least a few moments, and just you kind of fell back into that zone of walking, traveling. You've done this so many times, like this, your brain turns off, and you realize looking down, there are no tracks on this road anymore.
It was beaten unconscious like 12 hours ago, so
That's
makes
fair. The
sense.
concussion
Probably
is legit.
concussed,
It takes maybe half an hour of backtracking to find
Okay.
the point where the trail had cut off and moved out into the forest.
Yes.
Um, What you don't see at that point is the wagon anymore. The trail of the wagon reaches this point where the individuals went into the woods,
Mhm.
and it stops.
Okay.
But the
like,
rest of the group
wagon is not
clearly
here?
travels into the forest. The wagon couldn't have traveled through this area, or into the trees, you would assume, but you don't see any trace of it.
Does it look like it could have been backed out along its tracks?
I mean,
You know,
could
like-
have.
Staying
But
in its tracks?
All the way back to the crossroads?
Yeah, I mean, what better way to throw someone off? No. Okay, he's going to. But is it just an abrupt ending, or is it like a gradual end for the wagon?
Stops. Like, it looks like it came to a stop on the road next to this point where the mercenaries left the road, and it's gone. No tracks further.
Can I look
I'm gonna let you-
around?
I'm going to let you think about that for 1 minute.
Okay.
I'm going to circle over to Morella, who also had a roll with a slightly different outcome. Morella, our lookout. Your experience comes in handy as you look around, as you observe and listen and open your senses up and just kind of keep an eye on everything that Belu isn't, letting him focus on what he has to focus on, which maybe means that you roll your eyes a little bit when he has you backtrack for half an hour to get back on the trail, but you move along with it. And you realize as you're waiting at this stop, at this point of where the footsteps break off the road, there are eyes watching you. At least 3 pairs. They look a little yellowish, a little wild around the eyes, maybe. You can't see much, but they are short. You notice 3 goblins staring at you from behind bushes. They've made no move at this point. They don't seem to realize that you've seen them.
Gosh, Belu, I sure hope that there aren't any goblins around here.
I do not see why that would be something that you think about right now, but
I don't know, it
I-
just came to me.
As you say this, you just hear this hurried whispering in the woods, trying to be very quiet, but being a little too excited, just
perhaps if there was some around, they could tell us where the wagon went. It just seemed to have disappeared.
I know, and we could tell them where to get a good pair of boots.
I mean, I will admit to being very well traveled, but I am not familiar with whatever code you are trying to speak to me right now, Morella.
I'm just saying, we know where they can find some goods.
Okay, that is wonderful. I assume if we see
Goods, what
goblins,
goods?
we could. What in the world is that?
a little blue-skinned goblin jumps out of the bushes very quickly, followed by 2 more much irritated, serious-looking goblins, one of which is red, the other being green. But the little blue one is just kind of running out ahead of you, looking, where are they at? Where are they at?
Oh, aren't you sweet? Hi.
Hey! Are you gonna kick us?
Why would
Why would we kick
No.
you?
Why wouldn't you kick us? Everybody kicks us.
Oh, did the mercenaries who came through here, did they kick you?
No, I heard they might have kicked some people.
But you saw
Yes.
him.
It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
very kind of them.
They stabbed my parents last week, so
Oh,
They beat me quite badly this morning as well.
they do that.
Yes.
we're not gonna do that.
No?
No, in fact,
You
we're
sure?
looking for him to give him a stern talking to.
Oh. What? No, you can't talk to them. They'll just stab you or kick you. Don't do that.
Oh.
We would.
Do you have a suggestion?
Stab, stab, stab. You help us find the goods, and then we'll help you stab them.
Oh, the goods, they're down that tunnel way.
Oh, but that's the wrong way.
No, there are a lot of goods there.
But then we can't help you stab them.
That is true. That's true.
Perhaps you could help us stab and then you can go collect your goods.
The red one kind of steps up now, looking a little sly. Our goods? Is that what you said? They're ours.
But I do not have need for the goods that are through the tunnel, no?
Oh,
And it would be more efficient if you helped us stab them since they are on this side of the tunnel.
how many goods?
I mean, you know, there was a merchant caravan that was ransacked, so
Was it at least several?
there are good is present everywhere. It is a mindset. Good is what you make of it.
Red Goblin and the Blue Goblins kind of look at each other for a second. And the Blue Goblin's just nodding, and the Red Goblin's just kind of like tilting his head. And the Green Goblin's in the back with his arms crossed, just
Also, how about, whether we stab them or we don't stab them, they could still give you a handful or two of gold. How about that?
the stabbers? We can take their gold too.
Yeah.
I have no need
Stabbers,
for their gold.
stabbies.
I have my healing supplies, but I need those. But you can have the gold that they are carrying.
Oh boy. We're gonna be rich, Dad. Yeah, we can be rich. Goods and gold. Goods and gold, yes.
Now, did you see? You just saw them. You didn't see anyone with them.
I mean,
Could you perhaps
there
see a... Yes, great.
A wagon or something?
yeah, they had a wagon. Big
You
wagon.
hear that?
Pretty
Blue,
wagon.
they had a wagon. A pretty wagon.
Yes, that wagon sounds like what we are looking for. It has a person.
Kind of
If we
wagons that have
do-
good goods in them. Better goods.
Well, it
Yeah.
has a person that we do not want to stab in there. We are trying to rescue, perhaps.
Oh. I'm sorry for your loss.
Well, I mean, it is not a lost yet. We are on the hot on the trail.
Well, you see, delicate. They folded it up.
When you says they folded it up, what do you mean?
Folded it up. In half and in half and in half and in half. So whoever was
That
inside
sounds-
probably didn't come out too good.
That sounds horrifying. Did they perhaps?
When it was done, they put it in their pocket.
Did they? What? They put it in their pocket?
Pocket wagon.
I've heard of pocket sand, but pocket wagon is a new one on me.
These are tricky stabbers.
Yes, quite skilled, quite adept. Did they have perhaps a short woman with them? She would have been quite young looking. Not a child, but probably child size.
Do a quick check, and they're all just like.
A bit taller than you,
the blue
perhaps,
one
but
kind of
not
crawls
much.
up on the back of the red one and measures Bailey real fast. Comes back down. We didn't see. Maybe. Sorry.
Well,
I'll still stab him though. For the goods. And the gold.
yes. You may have the goods and the gold. I just need my supplies back. So I
Surprise!
can
What kind of
fold
surprise is it?
No. It is a surprise, not surprise.
Right, surprise. What kind of surprise?
You are not telling me. It is various herbs and salves that I can use to help people. No, it's not. I have ruined the surprise for you.
Well, a surprise. We don't have to tell you, because it's a surprise.
Well, that's right. Good point.
Yeah.
She's a smart one.
Yes.
Do you want to join our clan, miss? We'll take you both.
Oh, what do you say, Baloo? You want to join the clan?
I do not know what type of creed does your clan live by?
Don't get squashed.
Oh, I like that.
I mean, that is an easy one for us to abide by.
Find the shiny
Perhaps.
things.
Well, yes, the shiny things are.
We're
also-
archaeologists.
Oh, we met an historian
so
earlier
we're grave
today
robbers.
as well.
Yeah, we could introduce you to the historian.
Perhaps he can tell you some good places to dig.
I said, okay, but let's stab first.
Well, now here's the
First we need to
thing.
get to the stabbing.
We don't want to just jump to the stabbing, right?
But if you don't jump to the stabbing, they might get away. Then you don't have anything to stab anymore. And then, what do we stab? The Bailu?
Well, no, you can always stab later, right? We talk
Yes.
first, and then
You mean-
maybe we stab.
I mean, maybe. Yeah, we gotta stab him.
Well,
I stabbed
maybe
my
we
mom.
stab. Okay, maybe we stab him, but either way, you get paid, right?
Alright, kid. Just go along with it. Alright. Maybe we stab him. And he looks over at the other one and just gives a really theatrical wink.
Well, I believe they plan to stab anyway.
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting.
I also do not think I am well suited to join a goblin clan.
Well, we'll talk more about that. You might change your mind after you're around him a bit.
Don't worry, we'll toughen you up.
Suppose anything is possible.
It's toughen up or fatten up. Like,
They start giving you a lot of food and
right.
and
That
start
took a while to register,
Wait,
like that.
preventing you
Just-
from exercising.
We're just cultivating
like,
the
what?
past.
That joke took a while to register there. Like came in.
All right. Well, we will take them along for now. I feel like they may end up getting out more than helping us. It would be a bit of a shame.
You want the rest of us, boss?
Was there how many more of them of you are there?
And he
Is there?
whistles. And 9 more goblins come out of the woods from further back. Substantially further back. Morella, you didn't miss them. They were not visible. They were hiding way in the back. Clans as your service. For the stabbing. Maybe. Wink.
Yeah, maybe just the 3 of you. We don't really need that. That's a lot, and we don't want to put them at risk, right?
Well, we don't want to leave them behind. They get lonely.
They
Yes.
could go back the tunnel way and find the goods.
Really, man? You gotta join our clan. You're way too smart. We need you. Yeah, you lot. Go get the goods.
It was your mother who was killed by them, and I assume that by extension it was your wife who was killed.
No, not my wife. No.
I see.
Kid's
I
more
thought
like a ward.
I see. I'm gonna look at the kid. I'm gonna lean down and put my hand on his shoulder and say, "It may feel like vengeance is the right way to go
Stop!
right now, but perhaps you would want to take some time to truly grieve before you jump into making any rash decisions.
Fine.
You will need to prepare yourself mentally for what will come later.
Why?
Grieving is a difficult process. It takes time.
Maybe you just need to toughen up, sir.
You would not be the first to tell me that. But I do have some experience in this matter.
All right, I'll give it some thought until we get there.
Okay. Just kind of stand back up and look at Morella and kind of give the okay. Like, if the like, I'm giving the the if you say so look to Morella.
Just gonna shrug.
And so 9 goblins make off back the way you came, heading toward the cave, looking to stake their claim on the goods. Meanwhile, 3 goblins join Team Belu and Team Morella as they head off into the forest, leaving the road behind, following the bandits with the folding cart. We will step back from Belu and Morella and go look and see how Tambid, Tormund, and Soren are doing on their trip in the opposite direction. Next time. I know it's a little early, but we are going to hold up there and come back next week with a properly split session. We'll talk about exactly how we're going to do that, but we will be ready to give you some hopefully interesting dramatics from both sides of the split. So thank you, everybody, for your time, for your thoughts, for your ideas, and for playing the game with us, because what we're doing here, it's all about what you guys are at home that are having fun too. This is your table as much as ours. So thank you. Check out our videos, follow, like, subscribe if you want, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.